Alright, y'all, welcome back to the channel. I swear to God, this man Paul George just waits until I'm safe, sound, and sleep in my bed to switch teams. I don't understand. 5 years ago, he did this when he went to the Clippers. I woke up, checked my phone. I thought I was in a fever dream when I saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Danilo Gallinari, and a multitude of first-round picks, and then all you see the Clippers is getting is Paul George. I thought I was tripping. Like, I thought that this was one of those fake trades. I thought this was one of those trades that a fan would cook up on Fanspo. But it turns out it was real. 5 years later, it happens at 3:30 in the morning. I'm knocked out, bro. I'm knocked out. And it's funny because on my video previously, I had said, who knows, maybe I'll wake up to the Paul George trade already happening, and that's exactly what happened. So I wasn't able to talk about that in my previous video. You guys can go watch that if you want, but you might as well stay here because I'm going to be talking about the signing here. Paul George signs on the dotted line with the Philadelphia 76ers for $212 million over the span of 4 years. Now, I just want to start off by talking about what this Philadelphia 76ers team needed, and I think Paul George literally provides just that. A lot of people, including myself, saw what was happening in that New York Knicks series where the 76ers were longing for somebody to step up in the half court alongside Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. I mean, even with Joel Embiid being as injured as he was still giving you some consistent scoring. Tyrese Maxey was providing that as well. It's why a lot of people were screaming for Tobias Harris to give that type of production, but I don't think anybody else was able to step up in that third role. I think adding Paul George, with as efficient as he is, with the way that he can get his shot going, now he's not going to be able to get to the free throw line. He's not going to be able to, for a lack of a better term, be as athletic as you would want him to be on the basketball court, because I mean, the man's 33 years old, going on 34 next season. But this is also somebody who is coming to this team off an all-star appearance. Somebody who's averaging 22 points, 5 rebounds, giving you 47, 41, 90 splits on the season. Paul George is still a very, very good basketball player, and I think that he shows it time and time again with Embiid on the court, with the floor opening up, with Maxey on the court. They just re-signed Kelly Oubre. I'm very excited to see what they'll look like, but as I said in my video before, it's a little nerve-wracking when you have a guy like Embiid as your number one option, because I've always said the team is going to go as far as Joel Embiid takes them. You can add up Paul George all you want on this team, but are you going to be able to keep your number one guy intact going deep into a postseason run? Who knows? There are two other signings that happened today that I want to talk about, and one of them is Isaiah Hardenstein signing with the Oklahoma City Thunder for $87 million over the span of 3 years. When I tell you that this signing right here is just the stamp on who is winning the offseason so far, I honestly think that it's either the Sixers or it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I might go out on the limb and say that it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, because what they have done, over the past, I want to say like week and a half, they traded Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. That's number one. And then they signed Isaiah Hardenstein, which in my opinion is the most valuable, and I'm going to say this again, the most valuable pickup of free agency so far. I don't care what anybody says. You can be like, oh, Paul George got picked up, Klay Thompson got picked up. I don't care. Isaiah Hardenstein is the missing piece that this Oklahoma City Thunder team needs. And I'm going to be coming out with a video very, very soon about the Oklahoma City Thunder and what I do believe about their team. So I'm not going to go too much in depth in this video. A lot of people thought that last season, first seed, second round exit, very good team, right? This team's about to be different. This team is about, I'm not going to say too much, but picking up Isaiah Hardenstein addresses so many flaws that this team has had. Everybody knows that this team has lacked rebounding. Isaiah Hardenstein was one of the best offensive rebounding bigs in the league He showed what he can do in the playoffs in that type of role. This guy's also a very good screen setter. He's a very underrated passer. Like, if you have seen Isaiah Hardenstein, you would understand what type of passer that he is. Like, he's very underrated, man. And it's funny because iHeart was one of the reasons why I feared the New York Knicks even before they made the OG Anunoby trade, because of his rebounding. I knew that he was gonna be something that needed to be addressed when it came down to it. His offensive rebounding alongside with the whole entire New York Knicks team was scary. So getting somebody like that on your team when you need rebounding is just something that's just beautiful. Number 2 for this Thunder team, getting him is like a weight off of Mark Daignault's shoulders, because you know, you can play him off the bench if you want to, and me personally, I would like him to come off the bench, but you can play Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hardenstein together. Like, if you want to move Chet to the 4 and have Isaiah Hardenstein at the 5 while you have Shea, J-Dub, and Lou Dort at the 1, 2, and 3, like, you can do that. You can run Isaiah Hardenstein and Chet on the floor with Lou Dort, Caruso, and Shea. You can run Shea, J-Dub, Caruso off the bench, Shea, Caruso, J-Dub, Caruso. You know what I'm saying? You have so much flexibility, so much versatility that you can use in your lineups. I love this deal so much because it just opens up what this Oklahoma City Thunder team can be. The last signing that I want to talk about that happened today was Klay going to the Dallas Mavericks. Now, I know that I said in my previous video I was waiting for Klay to go to the Lakers because I thought that that's where he was going to go. I thought LA was the move because I remember back in 2018, 2019 when he was about to re-sign his deal, they were saying, oh, he might go and he might join LeBron in LA. That's what was going through the back of my mind when I was thinking about Klay Thompson going to a different team. You know what I'm saying? Orlando was also one as well, but Orlando had already signed KCP at that point at the beginning when free agency opened up. So I was thinking LA's the place. And it turns out that LA could have been the place because they offered him 4 years, $80 million, I believe, and he turned it down to go to Dallas. The first thing that I want to say is kudos to Klay for avoiding LA and avoiding all the scrutiny and the dumb shit that goes on in a Lakers uniform. That's number 1. But number 2, I need to talk about how you turned down that contract. I mean, that's the type of contract that you were looking for. The Warriors offered you 2 years, $48 million, but you turned that down for 3 years, $50. It kind of looks like you just wanted to get out of there. After Klay Thompson had signed that contract, I was seeing a couple reports, 2 actually. One of them saying that they were thinking about bringing Klay Thompson off the bench. They, as in the Golden State Warriors, thinking about bringing Klay off the bench for Brandon Podziemski. In my mind, the first thing I think about is Ray Allen in 2012 when Doc Rivers sat Ray Allen for Avery Bradley, and I was like, yeah, this is the Ray Allen timeline that Klay Thompson is on right now. But he's in Dallas. None of that matters. With him being in Dallas, I think that it provides them, number 1, more spacing, because we obviously saw that they had a spacing issue. But the one thing that I don't like that Dallas hasn't addressed yet is their defense. Now, I understand that Jason Kidd, he is able to create, something out of nothing when it comes to the defensive side of the basketball. All you have to do is give him a couple pieces and he's going to make that defense work. I've seen it happen. It happened this year. It happened in 2022, and I've spoke on this before. But now that you've lost that point of attack defender that you had in Derrick Jones Jr., all you really have to rely on now is mid defense. I mean, if you're going to try to start Klay's not a good defender. Luka's not a good defender. Kyrie's not a good defender. I don't trust Lively if he's not below the rim. PJ Washington is really your only... I wouldn't even consider him a plus defender. But if you want to consider him a plus defender, you can go ahead and do that. I just don't think that you have the type of defense that you're looking for. Like, if you're banking on Klay Thompson playing wing defense, good luck. If you're banking on Luka Doncic playing wing defense, good luck. You know what I'm saying? That's going to need to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I think Klay Thompson, being the wing shooter that he is, this is something that they needed. I mean, they added Najee Marshall. I've already talked about him being a very good corner shooter. That's more that they need. That's more that they got. Klay Thompson, he can shoot the above the break threes that they desperately needed. But I don't think Klay going to Dallas is a needle mover for them. I'm just excited to see Klay, Kyrie, and Luka all grace the floor in the same uniform together. I think that that's just great to watch. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's going to be great basketball. So why complain? There were a couple other things that happened. Jalen Smith, he signed to the Bulls, 3 years, $27 million. I think that that's very good for the Bulls because they gain another young piece. And this guy, you know, is he 6? I want to say 6'8", very lengthy. I like that they're picking a guy up like that. Hopefully that he gets some burn and he gets some type of, you know, consistency out there in Chicago. Tobias Harris, we all knew that he was going to be going to Detroit. Detroit needed to spend some money. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be going and trying to get Miles Bridges as well. You go ahead and do that. It makes sense why you're getting him. Trust me when I say that. Nicholas Batum, he went back to LA, wanted to play for the Clippers again. So he's like, I just can't stay away. He signed there for 2 years, 10 M's. DeLon Wright going to Milwaukee, leaving Miami. I don't really want to talk about Miami. We're probably going to leave that for a separate video. We want to see what they're going to do before I cook the absolute hell out of them, because Pat Riley has been sleeping for the past 2.5 years, but you know, people are just now starting to wake up to that. Now I'm kind of rambling on. With DeLon Wright going to the Bucks, Milwaukee is addressing some of that perimeter defense. I think that DeLon Wright can provide some of that, but is he going to get the burn that you would want him to get? No. Do you want him playing heavy minutes in a postseason game? Probably not. I'm just talking at this point, but I'm about to get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I am going to be making a lot of content. I feel like I'm in the zone. Like, y'all know LeBron James Game 6 2012. That's what I'm feeling like right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm in that flow state when it comes to this basketball thing. But I'm about to get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'm out.